Thing is, if we are working with JavaScript, so and with the nodejs environment, you are understanding very much, I think so.
Yeah.
Actually, with when we are working with the nodejs environment, so it is very much understandable after using the nodejs platform, right? I think so.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Okay. So actually, first we are discuss about the reverse string, okay, and then we can go forward for better understanding
Okay.
about the functions, and as well as understand about the document object. What is the document object and how it work? Because that is important. If we are not using working with that, so you cannot understand whole about the JavaScript and functions as well. Okay, so for
Okay.
that particular purpose, I will go for DOM manipulations. Document object manipulations are required, and as well as we can understand about the basic functions, but that was only basic functions. That was the structure of functions. Okay, so if you can see if you can see dot js, and now we are discuss about the reverse string. Reverse string reverse string. It is actually our uh, functions we need to be use. Okay, so when we are using the reverse function, so here we are just use the reverse string, and this is the way where we can use the reverse string. And after that, uh, may I know why you are writing this type of syntax when you are declaring any function's name? Because I just check when you see me the example, so that time you are actually writing the name is even, so is is small, and then event e capital. Why you are writing that?
Because in functions, the rule is we have to write the name of our function as a camel case.
Hmm. Camel case, but why not you are using that first string as capital or small? Why not? Why you are using this kind of thing?
Mm, I don't know.
Okay. Actually, we can use any thing way we can write the functions. Okay, we can use snake case. It is called as a snake case. It called camel case. But as per software development rule, it is a software development rule. It is not a it is not a coding rule. It is a software development rule. When we are working with software development field, and eventually every software development have some processes which is are need to be follow as a standard. So actually, when we are writing any variable or any functions name, every time all the variables and functions name are starts from the small case, starts it is start from small case. And if you want to add another string or another word as a function name, basically you here we are using two words as a function name, so that time we can use snake case. And if we are not are so much comfortable with this snake case, so that time we can use it as this way. It's called camel case. So snake case and camel case both are can be applicable, but most of the times some developers are mostly uses camel case, but sometimes some programs can be uh, accept snake case also. Okay, so this is the standard rule of software programming. Okay,
Okay.
so now if we are pass some value, just call str, which is can be to it here. So it is string, and after that we want to reverse it uh, by the value. So when we put some value, so previously we need to be assigned some we need to actually record some string, some variable to reserve the value. So for that particular purpose we can use a variable declared as reverse, rever as reverse, and initially it will be blank, because this time reverse is a syntax which is required to set up as a blank, and after that we can use some loops here. What kind of loops? Mostly we can use while, do while, for. So many type of loops are here already, but for loops have some complex process where we can write the smart code for looping. So for that particular purpose we can use only for loop here first, and after that we can use var I equal to 0. Basically when we are using any kind of string value, so that string value will be splitted as a uh, splitted as a character. So for that particular purpose we can use it like that, and after that when we are put the value, so this value actually treated as a array. So for that purpose we can use we can find length, 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 and after that okay, and this is the length, and this length actually will be greater than of I value, and after that we can use I plus plus, and then we can see the value output after using this. So how can we reverse it? So in the reverse word, so basically thing is mostly if we are using this particular process every time, so first we are checking the value it's reverse or not. Basically this time it does not be reverse at this moment, because if we are set up it, and then we can use the reverse plus str equal to I value here, and then we can check the value as per return we are use the reverse, but this time maybe not reverse. So let's check. So this time we can use console, we can use the return syntax, but if you don't want to return at this moment, so you can use it directly console.log with the reverse. Okay, so basically this time we are not using any return syntax, because just I directly want to see our value is reverse or not. Just we say hello, hello Hafiz, we want to see here. So now I just run it into the terminal section. Could you understand what I writing here?
I understand the for loop, but I don't know about the reverse. So reverse plus string.
I will
I
be
don't understand only that
I
one
will
line.
be I will be explain it.
Okay.
I will be explained, because we need to be check out it first. What is the output here actually? So first thing we need to be see the output first. So func dot js. So hello Hafiz, that means we are not getting any other output. As it is, we can see as it is, but we cannot see any reverse. So what is the problem here? Basically, first thing we need to be understood, is it treated as a array? Is it treated as a array? Because in this time when we want to see this particular function, so is it treated as a array? So first thing we need to be see our value are treated as a array or not. So for that particular purpose we can use this particular output like this. So every line we can get the value HELLO space HAFIZ. So that means we can see the every word in a every loop, like, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that means we are break all the character as a array, right?
Yes, right.
Okay, so when it is break all the characters as a array, so that means we need to be it reverse. We need to it reverse means top to bottom, मतलब पहले जेड आना चाहिए, उसके बाद आई आना चाहिए, ऐसे करके करना है, तो मतलब ऊपर से नीचे जाएगा. तो जैसे when we are doing it reverse part, top to bottom, so that time we need to be set up it the length here first. When it length set up here, so that means what type of how length of the characters, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 8 9 10 11 maybe. So we can see the character length also if we want. So that time we can see the str dot length length. So we can see character length also here. So this time it maybe give us the problem. So for that particular purpose we are see what is the length about the string. So this is the 11th length. So this 11th length may will be set up it in the I, and after that we want to go to 0, means I to 0 we want to go, right? If we want to reverse, then we need to be top to bottom is required for this particular codes. So how can do that? So basically we are already set up it in previously, and then we can use 0, and when it is 0, so that means we need to be use minus means we need to be use it as a reverse, and when we are it reversed, so that means just we want to see what it. So this is actually problem. Basically our length is 11 but not actually 11. It is not actually 11. It is actually when total length is a 12 maybe 1 basically first index is as 1, and after the syntax is a 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. Okay, so basically it's start from 1. So if it is start from 1 and total is a 11th length, so that means we need to be use it as a 1. So if we are use it as a 1 means under 11 the length will be completed, that means our character will be completed 0 to 10, right? If it is 11, so that time it is undefined. If it is minus 1, that time it will be if it is minus 1, that will be actually character length will be 10. So basically thing is this particular thing we need to be set up here, and when it is set up, and then we can check it is correctly give us output or not. So yes, undefined is removed. Okay, undefined also removed from here, right? But
Right.
here we cannot see h, we cannot see the h.
Yes,
Yes,
because of maybe -1.
because it is greater than 0. So here we can use -1, or maybe we can use less, greater than equal 0. So it's both are same, we can use it. So then we can see the uh, output of this, and when it is output, so then we can be need to be added one by one. So for that particular purpose we can use it after using this output. So it is the output, and we don't require this length at this moment. And now we can check it. Reverse plus this means first thing we did not have any character, so for that purpose we cannot set up any value, and after that we can h I, like that we can be reverse it accordingly as per requirement. So now we can get it completely reversed. Okay, so
Okay.
this is the way of using the reverse string function. So actually this time we can use it reverse string function, and this is the, what is the functions type, can you say me?
Yes, non-return.
Non-return means void.
Yeah, but
Non-return type or void, void function. Okay, so this is the function of void and non-return type. Okay, so this is the actually basic understanding of what you cannot doing by yourself. So this is the functions part, and now today I discuss about something more. Something more. So now I want to discuss about some extra additional functions, or something extra is required. Means when we working about JavaScript, so that time function is very important, and functions required so many attentions when we are doing any programming with any kind of any programming language, functions is very much important. So for that purpose we required functions multiply. Multiply means we need to be call um, functions functions with the uh, events, with the uh, um, loops or conditions. Conditions. So many type of functions are calling. When we are working with the functions, so functions calling with the events and with the loops or conditions. So many times we can be calling functions, but functions mostly uses functions actually uses for the efficiency functions, efficiency functions uses for functions mainly uses for minify the coding structure coding structure and min and reusable, right? So this is the two things are required when we are using the functions. So first thing, if we are declaring any functions here, so just we are functions hi is a basic function, and after that we just passing some name. You got understood? You can we understand
Yeah.
the my concepts? So if we are calling the function, so this time I just calling a function call hi, and after that we just use it as a grid function, and then we just directly print it with the this particular process with the name. But these particular functions can be executed when I declaring here by name. So when we are declaring the name here, so this is called reference value. In the programming term it's called reference value, reference. Okay, it's called reference. So this is called call by reference. So that means it is a call by reference, and when we are put a name here, so this is call by value. It is a actually value and it is a reference. Basically here we can set anything. So for that particular purpose it's called by reference and it is called by value. When we are actually passing actual value, so that is the call by value. So this is the call by value, and after that we can use output with the from the function section. So these particular functions can be gives output with another functions. So means this is the high function, and after that we can put some value var students students, and then we can applying some names. Shivaji, Hafiz, Rahman, Joy. So many names we are using here. Okay, so if we are using so many names, so these names we need to be called one by one by all names, right?
Okay.
So for that particular reason we actually declaring another function call uh, greet. Just we say greet, and here we just pass some names, and after greets we can check out all the value one by one. Okay, so for that purpose we just simply use let name of names names. Okay, and then we just call hi name. Okay, could you understood?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Because this is a function where we can get the output options, and now we can set it here and we also get another value. Okay, and
Okay.
after that we can use it in this greet function for student. So now we can say it hi Shivaji, hi Hafiz, hi Raman, and hi Jai. Okay, we can get all a different type of output from the function. Not a function, two functions using here accordingly. Okay, so means
Okay.
now we are checking some years or some numbers, is it odd or even. So this is a process, use two different type of two functions, how can be used one by one. Okay, here actually use the two functions uses one in into another. Okay, one into another function, how can we use. So this is the process of one function to another functions process. So we check it with the another part. So we check it with the odd and even, odd and even, che che ck checked by the multiple numbers. So how can do that? So first we are check it, the number is odd or even. So just is even, so just pass the num, and then we are just checking it, if num modulus by 2 equal to true, that means what will be output from here?
Return.
What will be output from here? It's odd or even.
It's even.
How?
Because the num is divided by 2, the remaining will be 0.
Remaining will be 0, but this time it's true or not.
Yeah, it should be true if.
It is not, means it is a true means 1, and that means it's odd.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I just some thing doing a trick, is number
Okay.
odd, because when we are getting some value, means if we are getting 0, so that means that will be odd, and else will be even. Let's check how it work. So now is even, just we check it with the 5, so it is will be odd, but why it is even? Because it's not true. So that means if we are check it is a, okay, so what about 4? Let's check, it's also even. So that means our logic not be correct, our logic is not be correct. If it is not 0, that means it is even, and if it is this, then it is odd, right? We can use it also
Right.
like this. That means if our value does not match as a 0, that means it is odd, and it is matched as a 0, then it is even. So I just reverse the conditions with my program. Okay, so it is the another way to presenting our codes like this. So once we are writing some codes, also we use it with the rapid check. We use the function name rapid check, and here I just simply use the nums rapid check, and we can use the nums here, and after that we just simply use the uh, for and var I equal to 0 and I less than num
length dot length
alien th length alien
g
alien g th length, and then we can use I plus plus also here, and after that I just use is even function, and after that just nums, and then we can use the I here, and we can see the output like this. And after that, how can we use the rapid check? And then here we can use the bracket 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0. Let's check. Okay.
Yes.
How can we use rapid check from the function? One by one. Okay, so this is the rapid check process. So your task will be rapid check with years is that leap year or not. Okay, it is your home task. It is your home task for today task. Now just I place it here. Now when we are actually working with functions, and we need to be use these functions for the front end also. Front end means for the HTML page. So if we are using the HTML page, so index.html is required. Can you say why we can use index.html every time? Why I am writing this index.html every time?
Because this one is our main page, so we can connect our JavaScript.
Main page it is okay, but how it work? Basically, if we are start the server environment like this, so this time we are using the live server option. Okay, so live server means this time we are starting the server and server path. So this time if we are pass the server means this time we are not calling any file name at this moment. We are not calling any file name at this moment, right?
Right.
If we are not calling any file name when we are running the server, basically just if we are using any website into browser, so first thing the index.html are running at the first. It's a default for the every server. So for that particular purpose we are calling always index.html first, and after that we can use any of file, because every file should be connected with the index.html or index. Whatever your environment. Okay, So it is the actually process of every processes of functions. So just we need to be check this uh, are uses properly or not. Welcome in JavaScript programming. Welcome to JavaScript programming. Okay, so now it is we can see the welcome in JavaScript programming, and this time we are not placing any file. We are not calling any file here. Just we are calling the path of this file only.
Yes.
Okay, so after using this, just I get a call. Hello. ক্লাস করাচ্ছি মাকে বাবাকে কল করতে পারো হ্যালো
Yes.
okay so at this moment we can get the output here. So if we are get some output here, and after that I just simply use another button here and call it on click. When we are use on click, and after that we want to uh, change change text. We want to change text in between here. So we want to change this output with our some text. So if we want, so how can do that? How can do that? How can we change the text from the JavaScript? How can change that? What is the procedure of changing the text using
What we
function?
can do is we can use the document object model.
Document object model. So basically thing is, did you learn from the JavaScript documentations which I refer to you?
I think you referred me to the functions. I read the functions, yeah.
I referred the functions, but
Some of
actually I referred to you W3 schools is very much important to learn the topics step by step, because it is very much important.
yeah, I went through the object model. Yeah, some of them.
Basically everywhere when give some examples, so everywhere they are using DOM models. They are using any kind of examples, so they are actually using the DOM models for their uh, examples. Okay, so this is the part. Every times when they are using anything, so they are actually using the models with their codes. Okay, so this is the actually thing which is the very important part. So for that particular purpose I just always referring you to learn some things from here, because it is very much important to understand for the learning purpose. Okay.
Okay.
So when we are actually manipulating anything from the HTML page, so first thing we need to be understood what is this actually, because when we are write anything here, so first thing we need to be understood what is this. So this is the HTML syntaxes, and this all HTML syntaxes is a all this HTML syntaxes is a object, is a object. every HTML element is a object. What kind of object? What kind of object? Object means basically it's a part of a category. It's a part of category. Means you are a human, you are a man, I am also man, right?
Yeah.
Because we are a category of humans, right? We are category of
Yeah.
humans, and one cat or another cat, both are belonging in their category, uh, their class, and their class is cats. Cat is a class, and they have some specialized characteristic of their classes, of their class. Okay, so every type of class have their own category and own style, which need to be understood first, because when we are creating any object oriented programming, so every objects belonging their own characteristics. Okay, so without own characteristics they are not belonging, they cannot be belonging, because everything has their own class. So for that purpose, if we are using these particular things, so these particular things called as a document. So document means some content here which can be presented into some forms. So for that purpose it's called as a documents. And when it's called documents, so documents is a class name, documents is the class. But when we call it as document, so this document is the instance of document class. Means document, when it is uses at like this, and this document d capital is a class name. Okay, and every class should have own characteristics. Okay, and when I define when I talk about object oriented programming, so that time you can be understood what is the class and what kind of structure type is required for the classes. So this time this document is a object, or we can say it easily as a variable. So this is actually variable. Okay, it is actually variable.
Okay.
It is a variable, and these variable are already predefined. We did not require definitions. We did not require any define in our application, in our code. At this moment we already defined this document as a object of document class. So for that particular purpose, when we are using the document, and after that when we press the dot, and after pressing the dot, this brick signs means this is a property, or alternatively we can call is a sub variable of this document object. Okay,
Okay.
so this is the actually sub variable of this document object. And when we are say, see this kind of box, and it's a method, it's a method or function, it's a sub functions of this object, sub functions, it is a sub functions. Okay, so this is some this actually these all are sub functions of this object, and this is all are sub variables. Okay, we need to be understood it actually, because if we don't understand it properly, so you cannot use anything to create it. So I think you don't know everything, uh, but you need some understand about this concept before starting any code. So firstly we need to be use get element by id. So get element by id means maybe in the document section, document means html page, right?
Right.
Document means html page. So when we are get the document and dot get element by id, that means somewhere have some id where we can use the uh, heading. Somewhere we can see heading and as id, and when we are see that id, so that id can be set as head as another variable. So when we are use as variable head, so that means this variable head can text html element object, otherwise null. So if can find any id like this, then we can see the value, otherwise we can get null value. What is the null value, can you say?
Null mean empty.
Null means empty. If we are not find anything, then we can get it as a empty. So then we just start it already into the browser. So just we can go to the browser, as after that right click here, and then we can say it, find out it in inspect element. And when we are doing it inspect element, so after that we can get the developer console into the browser, and after that we can go to the console section, and then we can check it the value. Okay, so
Okay.
here is the value which is null. So that, and this time we are getting the value as null, and that means heading could not find into the document section. But when we are use the id as heading heading, when I am using the heading, after that you can see the object,
Yes, we found it.
we can found it. What is the heading? h1 heading is a tag, and in that tag you can see so many things are available in this tag, and also we can see the value from the heading sections, inner text and inner text or inner HTML. Okay, and
Okay.
as well as we can see it into the Firefox browser. It may be something different from when we are checking it into the Firefox browser, something different when we are using the here. So now we can go it here, and now you can check it as a h1 tag. Okay, this is a h1 heading tag like this, and after that they are visible all the elements, all the objects into this variable, into this line. Okay, so we can find out the
Okay.
value through this object element. And when we are finding the object element, and after that, could you understand?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Okay, so otherwise if we are not finding like this way, so we can use also another thing, query selector. Basically thing is, when we are using this element name, so this element name is a selector, and id also selector, and also we can use class as a selector, we can also use that. Okay, so these three kind of selector we have when we are using JavaScript to find the object. Okay, when we want
Okay.
to find some objects, so that time we have three type of selection option. Like one is the h1, another h1 means tag name, another is the id name, and another is the class name. These three things we can be use when we are finding any kind of object when we want to use. Okay, so basically for that particular purpose we can after using the document dot get, so here you can see get element by id, get element by class name, get element by name, or get element by tag name. Okay, so this kind of things we can be use. Don't use in this particular part. ns cannot be use cannot be work actually, so don't use it at this moment.
Okay.
Because ns means it's before before actually when uh, before html5 we can be use it. Okay, basically
Okay.
currently we
Okay.
are
Yeah.
using the html5 versions, but before html5 versions if you have, then you can use it, otherwise don't require it.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the process where we can use the name, element name, class name, and id. These three selector point we have. So if we are directly connected with the name, so that means if we want to use the h1 tag, so then we can get the h1 tag, and that means maybe we have so many html h1 tag, maybe here we can get so many uh, h1 tag maybe getting here. So for that particular purpose we'll come with uh, react js programming. So this is two line, and here we can get both of lines. So this is called node list. So if we are using this get elements, get elements by name. Okay, so that means if we want to get first nodes, so that time we can use the one,
Index 0.
but in this time we actually could not find properly element. So if we want to nodes by element name, and what about the elements name, go out some documentation. It's most uh, official, it is actually official documentation site which is called Mozilla Developer Network, and here the documentation is too much tough when we are using it. Okay, so basically is uh, if we are using is by name, that means here if we are using name here, so that time we can use uh, head, then we can see it as name. Sorry, name means head maybe, because it's a name, and now we can see it into the node list. Okay, and when
Okay.
we are see the node list, then we can see the node characteristic by the name. Okay, so this is the actually name. And if we are using get elements by class name, acha, uh, also we can check it by tag name, and we can use the tag name here, and now we can see directly tag name here also. Okay, so here we can see it two tags name. One is, this is the first tag name, and another is the where is name is head, and that is called h1 tag. So by name we can apply this, but if we are remove it, so after using this we have only two length of nodes, and if we are using it 0 0, that means we are selecting the first nodes like this, and if we
Yeah.
are using second thing, that means 1, so that time we can see the another output.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the thing where we can get the output like this. Okay, so this is the process, and after getting the value like this, and we have simplest way to check the data, so that time we can use directly h1 tag. And when we are using the h1 tag, so it is a h1 tag, but this is the selector, only one selector we are using. So only selector here, so for that purpose we are seeing only one, but we are selector all, that time we can get both of them.
Both H1.
Both of them. So this is the
Okay.
uses of all the selectors. Okay, so basically if we are using this selector, and after that I just remove the second selector from here. When we are selector use, and then we can set some value. If we want to set some value, so we can use dot inner html or dot text, whatever you want. At this moment it's not vary at this time, so we can set anything here, nything, anything here we can get output. Okay, so let's check anything here. Okay,
Yes.
how it possible? When we are accessing the element object, and after that we just set the value through the inner text. Okay, so this is the actually
Oh,
object are initialized, and after that when object are initialized, that time we set the value of the inner text area, and for that particular purpose the value is changed. Okay,
okay.
and also if we find the inner text value from here, we can also check it into the console also. Okay, so both of
Okay.
sections we can check the value. So now I just use it into the function, click, and then we can see into here. And after this, when we are put here, now we cannot see anything change, right?
Right. क्योंकि हमने फंक्शन में डाल दिया.
फंक्शन में डाल दिया, लेकिन फंक्शंस को कॉल नहीं किए, इसी वजह से चेंज नहीं हुआ.
ठीक है.
We are already calling the functions, but this calling these functions are declared, but this functions not calling. If I calling here, then it will be affected. But
ठीक.
if we remove from here, and we cannot get any change. But what we want when clicking our button on this page, and after clicking value will be changed. Okay, so for that purpose we are actually creating this function, and after creating these functions, we can use this function here, and after
Okay.
this save, we can get the value just clicking here. And why will not see the output? What is the problem? Why not? Because when the page are loaded and function will be performed. Why not? Why not? Maybe it's maybe problem comes from basically this particular JavaScript, this particular JS file are maybe called after basically we are calling it before declarations. So maybe for that particular reason it not be work, but it's not happening. Last time it's also doing same problem, given same problem. Just I want to check it.
Go to console, let's see what's the result.
Actually, we are not seen when we are click on this function. And I don't know. Last time, same problem I faced, and after that, sometimes is working, sometimes not working. What is the problem? Because h1 is here and this is calls taking, and now it's work. Now it's work, but click are not working directly. So basically thing is, when we are using the click, so maybe click are conflict with any other functions. So for that particular purpose, that will be disabled uh, when it is uh, use it as only click, but click me can is working. When it is used as click, so that time it's not working. It's actually invalid the functions. But maybe actually problem was sometimes this extra browser plugins are here, so for that particular purpose maybe it does not be work properly. So I need to be recheck into this browser also, and now okay, here also same problem. So that means click also a event name, so maybe for that particular reason, maybe
Use me, yeah.
for that particular reason maybe it not working, because it is a click on click, and click also event name. So for that particular purpose maybe it does not work. Otherwise it working when we are calling into the section. Okay,
Yes.
so this is the process when we are use any function name, so that function name should not be matched with the event name, basically on click. So event name are same with the function name, so that time that functions should not be work. Last time also I get same problem when I use the click, and that time also not working, and this time also same. So that means we are not set the function name with the event name. Okay, so once we have set the value like this way, we can check output. So this is the one way to push the value into the document section, right?
Yeah.
And we can also put the value with the val, with the val, and now we can use hello hello space val. Okay, so here we can use val like this. Then we can see hello Shivaji. Okay, we can use it like this. You could understood?
Yeah, so wherever I will click, it show the name.
So if we are put some value here, so that time we can check the see the name in the output, and in this output will be changed. Also, if we want to change the color, so that time this head object have style attribute, and that time we can use the style attribute data with the color. So now we can see the color as red. If we want to check it green, green, so that time we can see it green. Okay,
Okay.
so when it is applied, so that time we can see the change the attribute h1 tag, and after that style attribute are attached by the JavaScript, and also value also attached. So this is the basic. May I continue or give some extra, or we can finish here?
If you want, you can continue a little bit. Yeah, you can continue.
We can,
I understood this one, yeah.
could you understand it?
Yeah, I understood, yeah.
Because last 4 class I also discussed same thing.
Now I understood, yeah.
Okay,
The
so
document object model.
if we are use any value data like this, if we are using here, okay, so basically thing is what I did now, these all functions, okay, these all functions are here, and this time I just did not get we are not using for output only, okay, we just use it these functions and these functions, these all are functions are declaring into the func.js, okay, all these functions are declaring here, and these functions we are using from this function. Okay, how can do that? Maybe little bit higher process. Here we have all functions which can be used, okay. So now these functions can be calling from the click me function, okay. So how can do that?
So you're saying that we want to use functions of the func.js in the main.js.
So for that particular purpose, if we are using that func library or func output from main.js, so for that particular purpose we need to be set as dependency before using main.js. If you nc dot js, and then we can see the output from the console when we are clicking the click, when we are clicking here hi, and we are using the val, okay, and after that we can see the value after clicking the console. See it, and hi is where we are getting from this function.
because we call that function. Yeah, from
From
func.js.
func.js. So for that particular purpose, we need to be add extra functions with other files like this way. Okay, if we have some more functions into the library section, so that time we can use this func option. This is actually called as a dependency. This is called as a dependency. Okay,
Dependency. Okay.
basically all functions already here, so that means we can see it into the console. But if we want to see this return, this output, want to see in this section, how can do that? If I clicking here and after that we can see the hi happies in this section, how can do that? Because here we can see, but how can we see here? If we want to see the output here, so for that particular purpose we need to be use the return syntax in this section, and after that hi name using here. Then we can use it like this. Okay, and then when we are clicking here, then we can see hi happies also here. If we are remove this particular part, then we can get the output hi happies into the page. Why we are using the return syntax? Could you understand now?
Yeah, it'll return a name.
Return with greet name, hi plus name.
Yes.
Okay, so why we are using this kind of function? Why we are using with the return function? Could you understand?
Yes, because we want to use it there, on the
Another
main
we
JS.
can calling in it from another function if it's required. Basically, when it is working using it as library, so that time we need to be use it as a return function. If we it is if we work it is directly, so that time we can use as a void function, non-return type function. But when we are using it as library function, so that time everywhere we need to be use return, and after that we can be use that value, that return type REVERSE reverse string like this, and after clicking here we can see reverse word after calling. Basically, if we are using it as a library function, so that type we need to be use return. Otherwise we can see normally as void where we want to see that. Understood?
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's more for understanding, and in this week you just work on this by your study, by your hand, and you everything are experimenting using HTML JS with the library. Okay, so that means this func called as a lib.js. Okay, so it will be better. So that means it is the library function, library JS, where we have so many functions, and that functions are calling into the main.js, and that main.js are connected, lib.js and main.js connected, both of in index.html, and main.js function are calling from the button, and we can get the output through the element.
Yes, in the real world, right? In the real life, where we can use this one?
We are we are actually real life working on this process. Basically,
Yeah, the
basically
मैं
if you
उसको
are
समझने के लिए कुछ
एक्चुअली पहले आप ये जो भी फंक्शनलिटी मैंने जो लिखाया है, और जो भी आप फंक्शन लिख सकते हो लिखो एक लाइब्रेरी के हिसाब से, ओके। एंड व्हेन यू गेट एनी आउटपुट, अगर आपको कुछ भी आउटपुट देखना चाहिए, आप देखना चाहते हो, तो उसको करना क्या है, आप उसको रिटर्न टाइप में डाल दो उसके आउटपुट, ओके।
ठीक है।
आउटपुट डालने के बाद उसको एक एक करके आप देख लो कैसे आपका वो आउटपुट आ रहा है रिटर्न में, ठीक है। बेसिकली यहाँ पे जो भी लाइब्रेरीज है ना, हर तरह का जो लाइब्रेरी है, इसका सारा लाइब्रेरी का आउटपुट यहाँ पे मैंने तो रिटर्न तो लिखा, बट यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा काम करना पड़ेगा रिटर्न दिखाने के लिए, ओके। तो ये एक चैलेंजिंग होगा, मैंने सारा चीज़ चेंज नहीं किया हूँ, यहाँ पे कुछ कुछ जगह पे मैंने रिटर्न लगाया, लेकिन यहाँ पे कहाँ पे रिटर्न लगाना होगा, यहाँ पे कहाँ पे रिटर्न लगाना होगा, यहाँ पे कहाँ पे रिटर्न लगाना होगा, वो देखना पड़ेगा, और वही है आपका टास्क। बेसिकली दिस इज़ अ रियल टाइम एग्जाम्पल्स ऑल्सो। एंड जब हम लोग जे क्वेरी का नाम सुने हैं,
मैं सुना है।
तो जे क्वेरी भी एक लाइब्रेरी है। जब हम लोग जे क्वेरी यूज़ करते हैं जावास्क्रिप्ट उनके साथ, मतलब जैसे हम लोग अभी यूज़ कर रहे हैं, तो बेसिकली क्या होता है, यहाँ पे जे क्वेरी का जो फाइल होता है, इसको जैसे ही हम लोग यहाँ पे डाउनलोड करते हैं, मतलब ऐसे जो है इस जे क्वेरी का में जितनी भी फंक्शनलिटी जो भी लिखा हुआ है वो रहता है, इसको डायरेक्टली हम लोग क्या करते हैं, ऐसे लिंक करते हैं, इस जगह पे लिंक करते हैं। लिंक करने के बाद यहाँ पे हम लोग अपना जो कोड है जे क्वेरी के फंक्शंस के साथ लिंक करके काम करते हैं। ऐसे बहुत सारा लाइब्रेरी होता है जिसको हम लोग डायरेक्टली लिंक करके काम करते हैं। तो इसीलिए पहले समझना पड़ेगा कि लाइब्रेरी का जो फंक्शंस है वो कैसे लिखा जाता है, उसका यूजेस कैसे होता है, तभी जाके ये जो थर्ड पार्टी जो लाइब्रेरीज होता है, क्योंकि ये थर्ड पार्टी लाइब्रेरीज है जो हम लोगों का कुछ काम करके देता है, और उसको समझना काफ़ी ज़्यादा आसान होता है, क्योंकि ये रियल लाइफ एग्जाम्पल्स में का एक पहला कदम है, फर्स्ट स्टेप, इट इज़ अ फर्स्ट स्टेप ऑफ रियल लाइफ एग्जाम्पल्स।
ओके, ठीक है।
Okay, so once you understand this, then we can go forward with some extra things, कैसे हम लोग का फिर से कुछ चीज़ इम्प्लीमेंट करते हैं एज लाइब्रेरी, एंड देन वी कैन यूज इट इन द मेन फंक्शन। Okay, so this structure is very much important to understand and need to be practice more.
ओके, ठीक है।
ओके, भेज देता हूँ फाइल को, एक बार डाउनलोड करके प्रैक्टिस करिए।
ठीक है। बहुत शुक्रिया जी।